What is the video that I enjoy making? I enjoy making videos that have some sort of cinematic to them. So I usually do trailers, like sometimes when I want to reveal a big project. Like there was this project that I had where I would collaborate with 30 different content creators and make 30 different skits all in the month of July, if I remember correctly, something like that.
Hello, welcome to Metaverse Degen. I'm Lion.
I'm Old Man Raptor, and we got one hell of a guest, folks, and that is...
Hello.
Hello.
I'm also here.
Oh, man.
Also here, what's your name?
Yeah. I'm HORRORCON. Some people call me AstrixZ, some people call me Bean, but it doesn't really matter how you say my name. I don't really care. But yeah, I'm HORRORCON.
Oh, so with that said, what are you most known for, and what got you started with everything and into VRChat? I'm very curious.
At the moment, I'm most known for short form content, but I'll probably be moving away from that very soon. I'm not gonna say much about it now because I have something in the works. But yeah, I'm currently known for short form content. But what was the second question? I'm sorry. What?
Oh, what got you started with everything and into VRChat?
Oh, it was an accident. This whole thing was a complete accident.
Ooh, what an accident? We don't get very many accidents. Usually they just walk in and walk back out and then come back in again. But yeah, I'm curious. An accident? This is gonna be great.
Yeah, okay, so basically I got my headset from one of my relatives because he bought it. He didn't really know what to do with it and was like, "Do you want it?" I was like, "Yeah." So I took it and then I started going around just like any like new VRChat player would into public worlds, like, "Oh, hey, a bunch of people doing weird stuff with a bunch of advertising. Yeah, I guess I'll do it too. Bandwagon, I don't know." So I was doing that for a few years before I even knew anything about content scene or any of the events. I was just kind of like doing my own thing, going on and all that stuff. And then one day I decided to start up an Instagram account for pictures because I just really wanted to. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I just wanted to take pictures. So what I did was I set up a Instagram account, and then I just started taking pictures of whatever that I did in VRChat, and slowly I just kind of had a theme to it slowly. So first it was just New Year's pictures with friends, and then suddenly it started becoming more like, well, I guess you can tell by the world rainbow theme. That is my entire thing. So yeah, my Instagram goes on a color scheme. So it goes like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, black or white, and then a rainbow kind of world. So I used to do world photography. And then when I reached 1,000 followers on my Instagram, I thought I would mix it up because at the time, Instagram was leaning towards reels. Yeah, you know, that fun videos that all the TikTok people do. Yeah, so Instagram was leaning towards that. So I said, hey, I got like 1,000 followers. You know, let's just make a funny 1,000 follower celebration video. So yeah, that's what I did. And then after that, people liked that video a lot, and I was like, oh, okay, let's make another one. So I made another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. And another one. And yeah, so you get the gist. It was a total complete accident. I didn't even think much of it. I was just like, oh yeah, this is gonna be like a one-time thing. I'm never gonna do this again. I'm just gonna continue posting my pictures. And another one. And another one. And it just kept going. And then I couldn't stop. Because I was like, oh yeah, pictures are not doing that well anymore. And people don't really like my pictures anymore. But they like my videos. I guess I'll just make videos then. So yeah, I make videos. Got my full body, got my face. Oh, yeah. So she started doing that, and then just started posting videos all over the social media, like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all that. You know, yeah. and then I also do events. I also do events. So I formed my little community. It's kind of a community for creators and not creators, and people who like what I do, and people who want to share their stuff. It can be anything, as long as you keep it PG, keep it NSFW, say like don't put NSFW stuff in there. But basically, the space that I created was for a community of people who would want to share like creations. Like if they're new and upcoming content creators and they don't know where to start, they can come to my server, push off their like self promote like their works there. Like code is code is in. I hate lag. Code is in my server and he's pushing out virtual gauntlet stuff. I know you guys are working on virtual gauntlet at the moment, so yeah, he's pushing out virtual gauntlet. The teaser trailers, the episodes, all in my self promo. So yeah, I like creators who like new things, who like you don't know where to start, or like you just like want to put yourself out there but you don't know how. Yeah, so people come to my server to do that. But besides that, there's also the events part of the server where I host thematic events. So as you can see, I am dressed for the occasion. I have my Metaverse Degen t-shirt. I made it myself.
Oh, it looks really
except for the logo. I totally did not steal that from you. 100% didn't steal. I'm joking.
It's okay. It looks really nice.
Jeez, it looks good.
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, but for those of you, some of you who know, oh sorry, yeah, you were saying?
I got a question to jump a little bit before you get too far into it. Why did you pick the rainbow style setup? I'm curious about that. What's that represent? You said you do the rainbow like that. Why did you pick rainbow?
I like things that make my eyes go whooshy. I like
Okay. Yeah, I got
yeah.
it.
Look at my world.
I was just curious, It's bright. I got that. Okay, it makes my eyes go whooshy. Don't get that every day,
Yeah. So some people come on VRChat to go to like the clubs and all that, and if you hang around me enough, you get a headache.
I think the world is very nice looking.
Yeah, it's great. But I like how she puts herself out there. It's just, you hang around me, you might end up with a headache. I go, God, okay, that's not what I expected this early in the morning.
Oh.
Oh, it is morning for you. It is for me actually right now. It's 10 at night. I live on the other side of the world.
Oh, so I have a question for you a little bit. We'll start with the reels and videos. What kind of content did you make starting out, and what made you choose that style of content?
Like I said, I was doing pictures first, so I did like world hopping pictures. So I did I've tried to find worlds based on colors, so like red, orange, yellow, green, like I mentioned earlier. I would take actually, if you go to my Instagram right now, you can actually see how it's laid out. I still use the same format today, where I do world, selfie, and group picture or solo picture a bit far away. So that was my main style of content for a while. And then after I did the 1K video, I just did some stupid shit, just really dumb stuff. For a while, I just did random whatever that I found was, oh yeah, it's trendy, let's try it. I don't know. We get a couple views, we lose a couple views. Who cares, So we just did something like that, and then after I did what's it called? After I did like just some trendy stuff for a while, I found that other people who did VRChat shots a lot did skits. And to me, honestly, if I'm being completely transparent, it's kind of boring. I find skits completely boring. But skits is what gets views, and you need views to survive in a world like this. So I just decided, hey, this is funny. Let's reenact. Yay! And I kept doing it. Yeah, so kept doing it again and again and again, just finding different trending arts, different trending skits, whatever I found funny. Just did like, made an avatar for like like how I want to dress for that skit, or if I just want to use my normal one, and then I'll either use one of the public avatars I've made, or like a public avatar that somebody else made to act as like an NPC. Yeah, so I just did that for a while, but at the moment it's gotten very boring for me because I'm not really uploading shorts anymore. Because if you guys know, I was part of the Virtual Market Summer 2024 video collaborators. So I was making short videos for VCAT during that particular season, and I was so ambitious. I wanted to do interviews, booth interviews, world previews, world gimmicks showcasing, and a few other things I can't really remember anymore because it was so long ago. But I want to do a lot of things, and in total, the original amount of videos that I had set out was about 100
Oh wow.
to finish within the span of VCAT Summer 2024, and I was determined that I was gonna do it all. Spoiler alert: I didn't. I didn't do it. I mean, I still have raw footage of all of the worlds that I shot, all the things I wanted to say in certain videos, but I haven't gotten around to edit it yet, and I'm feeling a bit burnt out, so I didn't touch it. But I've posted all the interviews on my Twitter. Not all of the interviews are on any of the other social media platforms, mostly on Twitter, because the virtual market mainly just puts their stuff on Twitter. Yeah, so I decided to push out all of the interviews before the last day of VCAT Summer 2024, just so that I can get everything out there before the end. Yeah, so I still get comments. I still get comments on my social media account like, "Why are you posting VCAT things? It's already past August. It's already like September. Or like, it's like beyond August. When was it? It was 6 or something like that.
July.
August 4th or 6th that it ended or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, July.
It started in July.
Oh no, my
It started in July and then went into a little bit of August, but then ended in August.
Yeah. So yeah, I still get comments asking like, "Why are you still posting Virtual Market stuff? It's already the end. You can't see the world anymore." Well, not yet. They're getting to it. They're probably gonna publish it again soon. I saw on Twitter it was like September 4th. They're gonna make all the boother worlds public again. But yeah, so I was making videos and then I just got burnt out, and that's probably why I don't do short videos anymore at the moment. Yay!
So I'll ask about that. What was your experience doing video collaborations with VCAT? Was it something you've done before, and what were your thoughts on the whole thing?
No, I haven't done it before. No. No. Yeah, so it was fun. It was first time for everything. Working with a big group of people who make like monumental events for everybody in the metaverse or the VR space to for the products. You go for a virtual expo, be a participant, be an exhibitor. Just a big thing that I've never been a part of before. And I was part of the I would say helping to advertise it because making videos, right? So I see it was a fun experience. I got to meet some of the VCAT staff. I got to interview some of the VCAT staff. Got to talk to the ambassadors. I got to meet a lot of cool people. I met you at PJKT. That's different.
Yeah.
We'll get to the shortly. But yeah. So I met a lot of staff, ambassadors, important people, not so important people, but they're still important to me. I think everybody's important, even if they say that they're not so important. Yeah. So leg. Oh my gosh, I'm lagging. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
But it was a fun experience. Overall, fun experience. Yeah.
I'm glad you did. What made you want to accept a role like that, to be an ambassador for VCAT? What made you want to sign up and be all ambitious and do all the things?
Like most things in my life, I forgot I signed up for it.
You forgot you signed up for it. Oh, I'm sure it was a surprise to you later when you found out you got it.
No, and then I got it, and then I was like, "Oh yeah, I did this." Did I tell you the story about my PJKT booth?
No, you did not. I would love to hear about it.
It's the exact same thing. It's the exact same thing. So for those of you who don't know, I can't English tough, difficult. my booth was direct across Lion and Raptor's booth, made by Code. Hi, Code, friend, old friend. You did good. Yeah. So my booth was directly opposite of Metaverse Degen's booth, and the story behind my booth is that I forgot I signed up for the booth applications. And I was just like, I was given a Google form link. I didn't read too much into it. I was just given the link, and I was like, oh, this is cool. VR stuff? Yeah, okay, I'll sign up. You want me to sign? I don't even remember who gave it to me. Somebody just gave it to me, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'll sign up. I don't know what this is, but I read through it. I'm like, oh, exhibitor for festival. Yeah, okay, yeah, sure, let's do it. And then I just signed my community, and then I didn't think much of it because it was just, I just did it because I get sent Google form links a lot because I'm a university student. So people always give me Google forms to participate in their study. So to me, when I get Google form links, I just kind of like, oh, okay, they just want me to fill this out to just to help them or something like that. I don't think much of it, so I just kind of do it. And then a few months later, I get a DM from Wolf saying, hey, you've been accepted, and I'm like, accepted? Oh yes, okay, I remember this. This is the thing I signed up for that I didn't read properly. I didn't say it. I didn't say it to Wolvips and DMs. I was just like, oh, something along the lines of, oh, thanks for telling me or something. I can't remember. It was a while ago, but it was like, it's probably one of the Google forms. I input. I don't know which one, but it was just like, oh, okay. Wait, total accident. Most of the things in my career is an accident. Yeah.
Well, it seemed like a lot of people enjoyed your booth, and it was very well done, by the way, from what we saw at your booth at PJKT.
Yes.
Even what was that last minute, the whole booth, or did you have that set from other things?
I am not good at modeling things, as you can tell from my world. I am not very good at making interiors, like buildings and stuff that you can live in or put yourself in. So I just kind of decided to make a box, and the way that I saw it was I kind of remembered how, like, when I'm walking in a supermarket, sometimes I'll see people with like pop-up booths.
Yeah.
So I just kind of copied them in a way. I mean, I didn't like reference it directly. It was just something like, oh, let's put a roof, let's put a floor, let's put the PJKT logo all over it because we're doing it for PJKT Fest. Let's make it have like rainbow stuff, but not too rainbow, so it doesn't blind people when they go over. Let's put some pictures of the community events we do, everything. Yeah, so just put it all there, and then just okay. And then it was like almost done, and I just felt like there was something missing. And the thing I put on it was the Polaroid. I think that's something that my booth was most known for during the festival, that big Polaroid.
Yep.
Everybody took pictures of the big Polaroid. Yeah. That was like the final thing. I was like, you know what? Let's just yeah. And that was it. I was just like, okay, send.
So my question for you as well for about PJKT and both VCAT, since you signed up on accident and participated on accident, what were your opinions on participating on both of those without really be participating on accident? Like, what do you think, being a part of it, taking part of the whole thing, both of them? Was it something you'd do again now that you've done it?
I did my best. Yeah, I'll probably be doing probably be signing. I did sign up for HORRORCON. Will I get in? Will I not get in? I don't know. Yeah. As for VCAT, I will be trying to sign up again for VCAT Winter 2024, but I don't know if I'm gonna get in. If I don't, that's fine. I'm still gonna carry out my usual events. I'm still gonna bring people in my community to go VCAT world hopping, themed world hopping. I'm not sure if you people out there have seen my Twitch. What I do on my Twitch, that I stream I stream my events, and most of my events are thematic events. So I'm dressed for the occasion. I always dress in theme. So, like, for example, one of the events that we had was for VCAT specifically was when we did the world hops. Like I have an outfit for every single location in VCAT Summer 2024. Every single location for that season has its own outfit. So what I did, because I know people are not gonna be as ambitious as me to make an outfit for every world and with with a time constraint. So I told them just wear something of this particular color, and most of them showed up in that color. So the pictures are always like color coded and themed nicely. So yeah, I always do like themed events and stuff. So even if I don't get selected for HORRORCON or PJKT next year or Virtual Market this year, next year, what doesn't matter. At least what I can say is I did my best with the circumstances that I was given when the opportunity happened. I gave my best with the opportunities that were given to me this year. Sorry if I repeat myself because I lag. And I made the most out of it. And whatever happens, happens. I had fun doing it. If I get it again, I'll have fun doing it again. If I don't do it again, then it's whatever. I'll just keep going until I can't go anymore. Yay!
So you as you mentioned, you do themed events. What started those, and what kinds of things do you do at the themed events with your community? Whoa, what are you doing here? This is wild.
What are you doing here?
I was here to remind these guys of something. What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you going to remind them about, Lion? I wanted to remind them about something too.
By the way, did you have fun at PJKT or VCAT this year? Is there another convention that you're looking forward, but it's kind of not the season? Well, there's one coming up for Halloween that would be definitely down your alley if you're into spooky, scary stuff as well, which is HORRORCON, which is October 26th and 27th this year. So you should definitely go. See booze, people make stuff here in VR. Lots of crazy stuff for you to go check out.
There's also going to be DJs as well as many different worlds and events, from panels to amazing things along the way. You'll have to check it out. It is a 2-day event, like Lion said, October 26th and 27th. Make sure to be there. Go down in the description, discord.gg/PJKT, and also HORRORCON's Discord will also be down there as well. Go check it out. It'll be an amazing time. You'll probably see us there. There's a lot of amazing people, from horror creators to world creators of the horror genre, all sorts of stuff. You don't want to miss it.
Not at all. Go down the description. Everything you need to know to find out where to go to attend is right down below in the Hoobly What's the Thingy down there. So sorry to interrupt your current viewing pleasure. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of whoever the guest is at this moment. I don't know who it is.
There's a lot. There's going to be a lot. We'll see you at HORRORCON. Woo!
See you at HORRORCON.
I don't like doing the same thing twice. So if I'm going to do like something similar, it has to have some sort of differentiation between. English is so difficult. There must be some sort of like factor in both events that are different to some degree. So like VCAT world hops are kind of inevitable. So when I do those with my community, the factor, the wow factor, I guess you can say, for each event is the fact that VCAT comes up with different style of worlds every season. It's like even if it's the same thing for the same storyline, it still looks different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lag. Oh god. Like, oh stop, please. Yeah, but so for my themed events, I try to do something different. It's actually started like any other community where people did movie nights, hangouts, world hopping and all that stuff. Just the standard group community stuff that most VRChat players do. But then I started to find it incredibly boring. So we were doing that. We do events every Saturday, or I try to do events every Saturday, and it is incredibly boring doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. So I decided I'm going to change. I'm going to do something different. So I don't remember what was the first event that I did that was different. It should be on the wiki where I have a wiki page that I made for my group. I also have a wiki page that I made for Virtual Gauntlet, and I will make one for Metaverse Degen if there isn't one yet. But yeah, so my community has a wiki page, and I list out all of the events that we have had since 2023, going forth, like from then until now, and hopefully in the future. I do not know which one specifically at the moment, at the top of my head, which one was the one that kind of how do I say, paved the way to this theme thing. But I can tell you about the most recent themed event that we had, which was tea party, last days of summer. So what I did was there was two parts to this event. The first part was everybody was to dress in white, and the white attire had to be elegant. So you had to either wear a dress or something that looks like you're going for it. You know, like you have to dress in a way you're going to a tea party. Yeah. So the way that everybody came, they were all wearing white. Even if it wasn't regal or elegant, they were still wearing white, and it was nice. We have some pictures up on the wiki page if you want to see all them. On my Twitter too, I have some pictures on my Twitter of what the event. So what we did was I told my community to prepare some physical food, snack food that you want to eat during the tea party. So I had macarons or macaroons. I don't know how you say it where you are. Macarons, blueberries, crackers, and a few other things. Some of them had popcorn. Some of them had something else. I don't remember. Yeah, they had food. They had food. And what we would do is well, what I would do, because I was the host, is basically set everyone around the table all nice, give them like their virtual food while they ate their physical food. And I was okay. So since it's the last days of summer, I asked the entire table like, what how would I say, what was the thing that you like? What was the most memorable thing about your summer? And each of them told me like what they remembered the most about summer. And then I asked them the second question after everybody shared was like, what's something that you're looking forward to like in autumn? And most of them said Halloween. So Halloween. Yeah. So yeah, and after that, once everybody was done eating and we were done sharing what we were looking for and all that stuff, then we started to hop the VRChat Music Festival 2024 Winter Worlds, because it was the last days of summer. That's the theme of the event, last days of summer. So we had a tea party, talked about what happened, what's going to happen, and then we went to Summer Worlds, the winners of the VRChat Music Festival, and yeah. It was pretty fun. Everybody got dressed up in their swimsuits. We went world hopping, took a few photos, and then everybody got tired because afternoon for me means midnight for them. So they were having a tea party in the middle of the night, but we're not going to talk about that.
Well, I will ask you this about the event and tea party. What was your most memorable thing from the summer?
I did a lot of things during the summer. I did PJKT, I did VCAT, I did lots of event planning. I met lots of cool friends like you, and most of you who are probably looking at this video. I don't know. I don't know where this video is gonna go. But yeah, so most of you met all of you cool people. I made this world. Had my birthday party here. Yeah, I did a lot of things in the summer. I don't think any particular thing stands out in terms of like the thing that is like shining on the top of the mountain, the cream of the crop. Like what was that one thing for myself? I don't have that, unfortunately. I can't. For me, it was like individual things that made an impact. Like every month, if you want to like lump sum all the month together, it'd be a bit like kind of like pudding. Very mushy pudding, and you can't taste. I mean, you can taste the pudding, but if you separate the different types of pudding and you mush them together, you can taste the flavor of all the different pudding.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I
don't know analogies.
Fine. She talks like I do with the logic I come up with, right?
Yeah, except I can understand her.
Oh, thanks. Love you too, buddy.
Love you, Rapty.
Yeah.
So,
oh boy.
what made you Well, actually, I'll ask you this question. It sounds like between the events you do, the short form content, all the events you're doing with PJKT and VCAT, how do you juggle that while being a university student? Because that sounds very ambitious and time consuming to do all of that at once.
I don't know. I just do it.
Fair.
I wake up, I eat my breakfast, brush my teeth, take a shower, go to class, come back home, do the VR work, go to sleep, repeat.
Oh.
I got a question, Line, since she brought this up. Since you've been in VR and everything else like this, does it help you in the real world in any form?
No, actually, surprising. I know people usually like say, "Oh yeah, VR helps me." I was like I had a lot of social anxiety. I couldn't talk to people, but VR actually helped me open up. Yeah, I'm not one of those people.
No?
Sorry to disappoint.
No. Well, like, does it? Well, with any of your work is what he means. Not like, oh, I've been able to open up, but like with what you do with VR, with the videos and stuff. Does that translate to the real world?
Yeah, well, videos and stuff. Sorry, no, not that way. I was talking about what you do in here. Yeah, okay. More detail. I fucked that up again. Nothing.
You pulled a
Forgot
me.
to add the detail. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, sure did.
No. It's my misunderstanding. Terribly sorry. No. It's my misunderstanding. Okay, so based on what I do at the moment as a university student, I'm a game development student. So what I do is, well, I was supposed to program, but my programming was really bad. So for my final year, I kind of just didn't do programming for my final year project. Instead, I did what I do best. I rigged characters. So, I mean, of course, not this character, but like, I like making clothes in VR. Like, for my VR models, I like making clothes. Most of the VCAT outfits, well, not most of them, but a good handful of them are clothes that I modeled myself and rigged myself. So, for my game development, I managed to put my practice of rigging into what's it called? The bosses of actually not just the bosses, the entire cast. I rigged the main character, the boss, phase 1, phase 2, and the final boss. I won't say too much if because I don't want to. I'm not sure if the game is out of alpha yet, so I can't say much about it. But yeah, I did rigging for the characters. I did environment props. I did voice acting and UI design. So I guess you can say that some of the stuff I do in VRChat transfers over to my game development stuff. Ish.
Oh.
I hope that was what you're looking for.
Yes, you got it. You got it. Yes.
So
I got another one for Lion.
Sure.
Noticing between your poster on the wall and your avatar that you have, what's the symbol mount to on your head right there? What's that supposed to represent?
Okay. I have so many people who ask this question. I have people in my comment section being like, "Is that a Therian symbol? Are you a Therian?" Nothing against Therians. I'm not a Therian, okay? I'm not a Therian. I am a person. I don't have no wings, no nothing. I'm just a person. Yeah, so the thing on my head is not. A lot of people say, it's like, "Oh, is that your logo?" I'm like, no, I don't. It's not my logo. I don't have a logo. But the thing on my head is just the representation of the beginning and the end. I'm a firm believer of things where everything you start has to have an end. Everything that you do will eventually fizzle out into, like when you're done with it. It doesn't matter if you did a good job, if you did a bad job. Whatever that you do in life will have a start and have an end. Like, for example, if you do examinations, like when you were in middle school doing exams, you get like so scared, like, oh, am I gonna pass? Am I not gonna pass? You have the worry. Once the paper is over, then you're like, oh yeah, it wasn't that bad. It's already done. So yeah, I have this kind of principle in life. Like, even when I was doing my exams when I was a kid, like, I just gave you, or my game development projects, my virtual reality avatars, my outfits, my events, everything has a beginning and an end, and you're supposed to enjoy when it starts and in the middle, like when you're developing it, and your fruits of your labor, whether or not you succeeded or failed. Yeah, so just I'm a strong believer of the beginning and the end kind of theorem or whatever you want to call it. Fun fact, that's actually why my name, or my username at least, starts with an A and ends with a Z.
Interesting. So where did that belief come from, may I ask?
I have no idea. It's just something that I was like, oh, makes sense. Applies to my real life stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just something that I guess I grew up with. Something that I discovered for myself. That I was like, oh yeah, this kind of applies to every aspect of my life. I just
Okay. So you said something earlier that I want to ask you about. Is you said university to be for game development. What made you want to enter that as a career path?
I could give you I hate the lag. Stop lagging. Why am I? This is my own house. Yeah, I could give you an entire essay on that. But I'm gonna try and shorten it as much as possible. The people in my IRL circle, people in my life, before I went into university, is always ask me, "What do you want to do? What do you want to go into?" Because not going to university was not an option for me. I had to go, so I had to choose something. So I went with game development because let's put it like this: if you watch a movie, if you sit in the cinema or you sit with your friends in VRChat or you sit at home on your computer watching a movie, you watch the story of a character unfold before your eyes, correct? That means you follow this main protagonist and the directions and the things that this protagonist does is already predetermined by the script created by the writer. You can't change it because it's already been shot. It's already been, like filmed, and everybody's already done the editing and stuff like that. It's all there. You can't change it. It's already published into the world. So my thing with game development was because a lot of people were trying to ask me to go into like, oh, you want to go into film? Yeah, you're such a good story writer. It was when I was much younger. I'm not young anymore. I'm pretty old. But yeah, so when I was younger and impressive when I was younger, oh, don't you wanna do like story writing, film writing? I was like, no, I don't. I don't like the idea of people sitting on a chair or lying in bed watching a 2-hour show. I'm not sure if you got that. Do you want me to say that again?
Nope. I got everything you said. You can keep going.
Okay. So I don't want people to be sitting on a chair or their bed lying down watching a 2-hour show where they don't get an input. Like, yeah, the most input that these people get is probably going on Reddit or their forums talking about how the show ended and been better, what could have been worse, how would they have written it a different way, but they can't change what's already been filmed. So for me, as a game developer, somebody who wanted to make games, I wanted to give people the choice to control their character the way they would want the story to go. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of games with multiple endings. That's something that I really, really love. Like things like Undertale, everybody knows Undertale, Deltarune, what other games? What other games have different endings?
Baldur's Gate.
Brain's not working at the moment, but yeah, something like that. Brain's not working at the moment, but yeah, I'm a big how would I say? What's the English word for it? A big advocate. I'm a big advocate for games that have multiple endings and games that allow people to poke around and for the better word poke around and find out. So yeah, I always want to give people the choice when I make my games. Unfortunately, I haven't made any games by myself which have been successful because again, my coding is terrible. I can't code. It's bad. But yeah, I've always wanted to go into game development with the player in mind, where I want them to be able to dictate where their character or the character that they're given in the story goes and what kind of path they'll take, and to give them the control of the satisfaction of finding it out themselves instead of watching a movie with their butt on the chair and just like, oh yeah, I could have done that better, I could have done it a different way. Like like when people give comments on movies and they're like, oh, why why didn't this person just do this, and why didn't they just do that? And then the usual answer is like, oh, it's just protagonist prediction. I don't want that. Like, if your character dies, there must be a reason why they die. They can't just die because the ghost comes out and be like, boo, and then they're like, oh, and then they die. It's just,
Yeah. I have a question as well, since you've been in game design. Have you seen video games any differently since you've kind of got a peek behind the curtain?
All the time. All the time. I cannot look at video games the same way anymore. Every time I look at a video game now, it's like, how did they code that? How does the AI work? How many people did it take to, draw that? How many hours did it take for them to model it? How many bones does that have? How optimized is it? How many platforms can it run? And Don't go into game development if you're not ready for that. If you don't want to be spoiled, if you don't want like everything around you, all the games to be like completely just destroyed, you don't have that sense of wonder anymore. If you don't want that anymore, if you don't want your sense of wonder, take game development. If you still want to keep it and hold it close to your heart, stay away. It's not for you. Don't.
Was that something you expected when getting into game development?
No. The tiny little young me was like, oh, I'm going to college. I'm going to do cool things. I'm going to make games. It's going to be so magical. It's not magical. It's not magical. It's never magical. Uni sucks up all your money. They make you demotivated and burnt out, and they don't give you what you signed up for. Yo. But in all honesty, I really I really appreciate my uni, my instructors, my teachers, whatever that they taught me. I do still keep some of it, not all of it, some of it that I can remember that works properly. If it doesn't work properly, then I just kind of forget it. But, I do appreciate all of my uni instructors, my friends, people who have, who are way better than me in what I can do. Because there's always somebody better than you. So yeah, all these people who are better than me who managed to you need help? Yeah, I'll give you help. I'll give you resources how I did this, and they explain their logic to me. Yeah, I mean, I would really, really appreciate it for them. So yeah, even if it was bad, for me at least it was bad. For most, it's a good experience. So yeah, don't take my word for it. I'm not a reputable source. You should never take your advice from me. Ever.
Well, I would say some of your advice is valid. I have another question as well. Over the course of everything you've done between uni, the videos, the events, what have been some memorable things that have stuck with you over the years of everything you've done?
Everything, or just the things you listed?
Everything. I just gave examples.
Okay, because there are things that I mentioned because, well, when I was younger, I did mention I did story writing for a while. The story writing, I did music composition, I did songwriting, I did a lot of different things. I made my school yearbook for 2 years. I was a stage performer. I did musicals on live stage. I did a lot of things. So when you say everything, I'm like, oh, that's a lot of things.
Okay. With game development and your VR activities, what have been some more memorable things? Sorry to be very broad.
Thank you for, no. Thank you for narrowing it down. I'm still yeah. So yeah. So in terms of my game development and my VR, was what's the most standout thing, right? Was that the question?
Well, not standout, but most memorable to you. Things that you appreciate or remember from.
Okay, one of them is reaching 10,000 followers on my Instagram page because I was very, very burnt out before that happened. I was so eager. I was so hyped up and pushing myself to the absolute max, trying to get to that particular point because content creator, yeah, even if we do enjoy making content, we don't. Well, to some degree, we do care about the people who watch what we do. We do care about the people who, comment and share and stuff like that. the more people who see your thing, the more exposure it gets. The better, the more criticism that you can get, but also the more support you can get. So yeah, I was just really pushing myself, trying to make the best thing possibly can before I reached my 10,000 follower mark on Instagram. And I was going, and I was just really burnt out at the end of it because I was like, what if it never comes? What if I'm doing all of this and I never get to that milestone? I was like, oh, why am I putting in so much effort? If because at that point it was like at 9,000 something, and yes, it's an incredible feat to already have 9. I'm not like demeaning or like saying that 9,000 is less than what you should get. It's great. It's a good achievement to have. But the thing was, like, I was so motivated to get to that level that I was I guess I was kind of blinded by my work in a way that I just kind of kept pushing out content. I just kept going, and there was a point once before I reached my goal at that time was like, what am I doing this for? Do I really want to put myself through all that stress to burn myself out for something? So you shouldn't have to kill yourself, in lack of a better term. You shouldn't have to kill yourself for content. You shouldn't have to put yourself in a position where you stress yourself out way too much, and then you just completely blank out nothing, and then where do you go from there, kind of thing. You don't want to put yourself into that position, and I did, because I'm dumb. Don't learn from me. Yeah, so I guess the most memorable thing, at least one of them that I can think of right now, was the push to that and achieving 10,000 followers on my Instagram, because I was like, oh, I did it. Out of all the odds, I thought I wouldn't, but I did it. Yeah, so yeah, I did it this year, actually. So I mean, there are lots of I hate the lag. There are lots of people out there who have more subscribers than me, less subscribers than me, more engagement, less engagement. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, because I don't really like to. How would I say? Let's just say you run a podcast. Another friend of ours, what's his name? Novaclaire. He also runs a podcast. Wouldn't it be exhausting for you to constantly compare your podcast to his? I bet that wouldn't be very good for mental health.
No.
So put that in the context of
Yeah, no. At least with Nova and I have a very transparent relationship with each other. We talk about all the time. We try to, like, oh, we're gonna talk with this person and that person, just so we don't like cross content and stuff like that. So I'd say we have a pretty healthy relationship between him and I. At least I think so. He's dope. Novid, you're awesome.
Yeah, so you don't want to put yourself in that position where you're constantly, like, I wouldn't say competing or comparing, but going up against other people when they're on a different level than you are, and level is in they're on a different skill level, but they're on a different level as like their life experiences and your life experiences are totally different. They grew up in America, and I grew up in Malaysia, and our cultures are different. The way we were brought up was different. The parents that we had were different. So we start at different times. Some people start like 5 years, and then they get only like 8,000 followers, and some people start a day, and the next day they get 100 million followers. So don't do that to yourself, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was one of the things that I can think of top of my head, that summer thing. I don't know words.
It's A-okay. What drives you to do all this stuff? Because I'm quite curious, as you said, you got into it by accident, but you're continuing it as if it's like a passion of yours. What drives you to do it?
The moment, nothing, because I'm not posting anything. Yeah, so initially it was my friends. I guess if you would think about all of the things revolving, I think the main motivating factor was my friends, because all of us were doing the same thing. So when you do a same thing with a group, it gets exciting. Like a group of you go watch a movie, a group of you play the same video game, you guys can banter about it. A group of you play Valorant. Yeah, so but you do like different stuff together. Yeah, but at the same time, if you're doing it in a group, it's enjoyable. So at some point of my content creation career, all of us content creators who did short form content, well, most of us, at least most that I can remember, we were all together, doing stuff together, collaborating, having fun, meeting up, sometimes randomly appearing in each other's videos, and then the typical content creator drama happens, and then a few people disappear, and then more people disappear, and then some people get blocked, some people get ghosted, and then there's a lot of people who cry, look for support. Everything falls apart. Again, beginning and end. Sometimes it doesn't end well. But I think at that time I was motivated because I had a bunch of people with me and we were all doing the same thing. It was like exciting, like, whoa, we're all doing the same thing. We can help each other. Because again, that's what part of my server, that's what it's about. I want to help people because I have I have two channels actually. One of them is self-promo where you can promote your videos and all that stuff. The second part is stream alerts. So I have this thing called stream alerts, and everybody who is under the streamer role, who has their Twitch account connected to their Discord account, will, I think, automatically get their stream posted on that chat, something like I remember setting it up like that. Yeah, so we were able to help each other and we were able to do videos together and it was fun. And then when all of that started going downhill and then I started doing stuff by myself, it started getting a bit boring. Because I was also doing virtual market videos by myself. And as motivated as I was to get all the content out there because I really wanted to show VCat what I could do, I was still feeling the burnout. Like when I was doing it, it was okay, but I was also still feeling like, it's tiring. I didn't have the same energy that I was doing when I was like, say, I'm just giving out milestones here. I'm not trying to flex my follower count, but it's the easiest milestone that I can put, like 4,000 to 5,000 followers. When I was doing videos, it was like more energetic and happy and woo. And then now when I do videos, it's just kind of
I see. So you did mention you want to have a community that helps boost each other and work together with videos. What started and inspired that aspect of your community? Hello, we're here to interrupt the most interesting thing being said in our current video to ask you a favor, which is, would you mind joining us on any of the socials we have, such as Discord? We're hanging out all the time playing video games, so you can catch us there very frequently. We have I run Twitter for us, which is LionTurtle21 on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. It'll always be Twitter. But either way, there's that. We also have a Patreon, which we actually have a whole other show for our Patreon members, which are Aliquum and the newest addition to the bunch, Future Oracle,
Niche, and Forbidden Zero. Good friends of ours.
Yeah, thank you very much, you guys, for joining. It means a whole lot that you're
Yes.
there. And hope to see you there as well. We have a whole other show. There are some free ones we have released as well for the audio for you to listen to and to see what it's like. It's like a whole other show, so thank you. With that said, please enjoy the rest of your podcast on YouTube.
I have always enjoyed helping people do things. There's just one thing that I really, really like doing. I like connecting people. I like bringing people together. Like, for example, if you're looking for like a certain person that I know in my circle for your interview, I would be more than happy to link both of you up so that you can have an interview. So like people who I know that do DJ, or people that I know who do shows or other events different from mine, who are trying to find a community, I like to link them up with people because as somebody who didn't have that, I don't mean to sound like the typical, like, oh, I didn't have that, so I didn't do it myself. But it's kind of what it was. It was, I didn't have anybody to, help me up and whatever. I just did everything by myself. So the fact that I have the people in my circle that I do today and all the connections that I have, I might as well do something positive with it and link people up and give them as many opportunities as I can. So that's what part of my server, part of my community does, besides events. Yeah, I want people to be happy and do happy things together. I sound like a child. That's a childish dream.
I don't think it's a childish dream at all. This is my honest opinion on the whole, like, people communication and having positive discourses. It may seem like easy, childish pipe dream, but if it was that easy, everyone would be doing it. No one's doing it, which means it's not easy. So that's my opinion. It's not easy because everyone has their own beliefs and opinions. Like, oh, I like vanilla ice cream or whatever, so I don't like you for not liking it too. So I think it's not a childish pipe dream. It's a lot more achievable and grown up, I think, than you think it is. Sorry.
I tried my best. Woo! Yeah, I'm cringe. I hope you know I'm cringe. Yeah, I like being cringe.
Honestly, I think you're a lot more inspiring than cringe, because hearing all the things you've been up to, watching you run on PJKT and VCAT, I could barely keep up with you watching you go every which way, doing all the things. It was very impressive.
You only live once. Every day goes by. Once it goes by, you don't get it back. Might as well make the most of it while you can. Yeah, sure. I guess some days are more difficult than others. Some days you don't want to get off your bed. Some days you sleep until 4 in the morning or 4 in the afternoon. You get up and you don't feel like taking a shower, but you do it anyway. Yeah, there are days where you don't feel like doing stuff, but then whatever time that you do have in the day, even if it's small, like making a meal, that's a big accomplishment in itself, at least to me, because I can't cook.
So I have a fun question for you that I think is fun to ask content creators. What is a video you enjoyed making and enjoy that's out there, and what's a video your community enjoys as a video? Are they the same or a different video?
What is the video that I enjoy making? I enjoy making videos that have some sort of cinematic to them. So I usually do trailers, like sometimes when I want to reveal a big project. Like there was this project that I had where I would collaborate with 30 different content creators and make 30 different skits, all in the month of July, if I remember correctly, something like that. So yeah, I did a 30-day challenge for myself, 30 different collaborators, 30 different skits. I made a trailer, all the trailers and all the hype videos that I make are my favorite, but people don't like that because it's not funny and it's not engaging. It just looks cool and it just, it doesn't, just engagement. It's just, oh yeah, it looks cool. Okay, next. Because it's short. They're like, oh, okay, this looks cool. Next. So it's not something that I guess would have gotten people to like it. In terms of community, my community specifically, I don't think they've ever voiced out on what their favorite video is. But I think the public's favorite video, at least on what my YouTube statistics has given me, it's stupid video I made at Femboy Hooters because I heard his dumb audio, and I was like, you know what? Let's make a funny joke out of this that is slightly mildly inappropriate because people like that, and guess what? They like that. They like that hard on my YouTube, on my Instagram, everywhere. They liked it so hard that I think a few people are jealous.
Did you expect them to enjoy that video that much when you made that inappropriate Femboy Hooters video?
No, because that's not my style of content. I don't like making inappropriate content. I like making content that's funny and cute. I don't know, just just stuff. Just stuff that isn't inappropriate. I don't like NSFW stuff. I don't like drinking, drugs, alcohol. Yeah, so that's not my thing. I mean, other people who like it, then that's your thing. I'm not trying to say like, oh, it's bad, you should do it. I mean, do what you want. It's your life, it's your body, and like that's your thing. But for me personally, for my own content, I don't do that. So yeah, I'll just kind of,
Okay. What was the toughest video that you've made, and how did you overcome those hurdles making it?
I hate tracking sometimes. Okay, anyways, what was the most difficult video for me?
Yes.
Most difficult video. I don't know. I can't remember.
No.
Because if it was difficult, I would remember. But I don't remember. I have goldfish brain.
It's okay. So, what have been some memorable reach outs from your community or interactions you've had with your community? May I ask? Is there anything that sticks with you?
No, because everybody in my community is friends. And I kind of treat everyone in the community the same. Rather, like it doesn't matter if you joined day one or you a long time. I just kind of I want to make it so that I treat everybody as equally as I can. Because I don't want I don't like to play favorites. So I don't like to like, oh, I like you more than him, or like I like him more than you, kind of thing. It's not fair because it's kind of like being picked last for sports. It's a shitty feeling. It's a terrible feeling. It's like, oh, nobody wanted me, not even like second last or third last. You wanted me, no. It's not a good feeling. So I try to treat everybody in my community the same for the most part. I really try my best, except if you are underage, because I don't want people who are underage in my community. Have to be at least 18 to be in my community, because all the allegations currently all over the internet. You do not want to get into that. So I'm not just keeping myself safe, I'm keeping my community safe, because whoever's in, at least people can say like, oh yeah, Omega, at least my community Omega. To my knowledge, as of right now, there are no underage people. To my knowledge, I may be wrong. But to my knowledge, everybody has gone through a strict verification process. They do a verification process before they enter my server. They have to show me their VRChat account. I'll have to check through the groups that they're in, what they like, their bio. If they say that they're underage or anything, I'll do a thorough check before I let them in, because I do not want any of that drama near my circle. So yeah, I try my best to keep my community safe and all that stuff. So just just try.
Okay. I very much appreciate that. I can understand those things very much so. So, with what made you want to go through that kind of process with your community beforehand? Was that something you had in mind? Just you wanted to go through that kind of strict process, or is this something that kind of accrued naturally over time?
I guess because when I was younger, because currently I'm not a minor, even if I sound like, when I can't really change my voice, it was kind of like how I'm bored, but if I can't change it, I'm sorry, I tried. Yeah, but yeah, so some people, yeah, just I don't want to make people uncomfortable. For me, like when I was younger, I definitely was a dumb idiot on the internet. I definitely wandered into communities that I wasn't supposed to be in because I didn't know better. I was dumb, stupid, small child on the internet, didn't know anything. Gen Alpha, please don't cancel me. But yeah, I just at some point I think a few people were uncomfortable with me, and I didn't understand why at the point, because I was small. I didn't know anything. I'm brain stupid. I mean, yeah, I was a teenager. I knew some things, but not all things. I know more than I do when I was now than then. I couldn't understand it when I was younger. I was like, oh, why is this a big deal? And now that I'm older and I see the amount of grooming allegations and the amount of things that people can go against each other with, and the amount of drama, and it's just so tiring. I just don't want that to go near me. The people that are in my community, I want to make sure that my community is a safe space. People are able to share their content, able to, they don't have to. They don't have to worry. They don't have to fear about any drama happening, because so far, there, at least to me in my current server, I have not seen drama at all in my server, and it's been like a year plus since I made my server, and there is no drama. So far we've kept it clean and okay, and everything's good. So I want to keep it that way. It's comfortable, and again, nothing against minors. Don't get me wrong. There is nothing against people who are younger than me, older than me. I have nothing against you guys. You guys are great. It's just that to keep the people who are of age safe in case of any potential allegations, I don't want to be the one that kind of diffuses the drama. Because it's my community. People's gonna look at me and be like, hey, you didn't do a good enough job keeping this and this and this. I can say that but as much as I want to say, like, even if I do a public apology on the internet, there's still going to be a majority or a minority of people who are not going to believe me. So why do I want to put myself through that? You know?
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
understand. Now, I'll ask, take this off a whole other VR course with everything you've done in VRChat, such as the videos, the reels, the photos, the events, the community events. Have you viewed VR any differently, like VRChat, like as from a player to where you stand now?
100%. I cannot, and I tell you, I cannot play this game for fun anymore. If you want to be a content creator on VRChat, high chance that you'll probably find this game not fun anymore after a while, because it'll feel like work every day. When I get back from university, back then when I was still making my videos, I have to come up to my room, take a shower, change into my home clothes, and be like, I have to put on my trackers, I have to record like 10,000 videos, I have to, fill my video quota so I have something to post tomorrow and the day after tomorrow if I don't feel like posting, if I don't feel like recording, put on my trackers, put on my headset, make sure face tracking software is working, make sure my tracking's not going, so it's after a while it gets very tiring. I have this thing where people tell me that they start on desktop, then they go to PES, then they go to PCVR, then they go to full body tracking and face tracking, and then they go straight back to desktop because they're just too lazy to put everything on. I'm at that point in my life. I do that a lot now.
Desktop mode? I know someone else who does desktop mode too. I wonder who that is.
What are you talking about? I don't know who in the hell you're talking about. Knowing I was on it this morning for probably an hour.
So I have a question about with all the VR tech you have, like face tracking. Does it help with the immersion?
I don't know. You tell me.
Oh, yes. From my perspective, it's very immersive.
Cheeks.
But what about from your perspective? Is this something you like having? Does it help you feel immersed yourself?
I want to be completely honest. I got face tracking for the content.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you guys were aware, but there was this point of time in the middle of this year or something like that, everybody was getting face tracking because it just started picking up, and I was one of those people who were like,
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't have phantom sense. I'm one of the few people who don't have phantom sense. So it's like when I stomp me, slap me, throw me out a window, I'm not gonna feel it. It's just gonna be like, So for me, having a face and my leggies to move is mostly for content reasons. I want to be more expressive when I do my content because I can't animate, and if I want to make animated content without using my physical body, it's very difficult because I suck at animation. Even with I hate the lag. Even if you do animation for my avatars for special gimmicks if I need to, or friends' avatars, I do a really bad job. It's a terrible job. I cannot animate to save my life. If somebody were to sit me on a chair, tie me behind my back, hold a gun to my head, tell me to animate, I would die. I'd probably die.
I see you dislike animations that much. I understand. So, all right. Well, I'll ask you last couple of questions before we start wrapping up as well. Where did your name come from, and why do you use it?
My name is also an accident.
Oh God, Eric! Oh my God!
all good things come from accidents, like French fries and potato chips and yeah. Okay, but yeah, my name comes from Well, I was much younger. I was playing this MMORPG by myself, and I was like, I use this name too much. And they're all like numbers and letters and numbers and letters and some random alphanumeric symbols, and I was like, I don't like that. I don't like that username because I'm not sure if it was the same for you guys when you were kids, but like when the internet first came out, for me at least, because I was a child, my my mom would always be like, well, my late mom, she would always be like, oh, I don't want you to use your real name on the internet. Here, I'll give you one instead. And it was a bunch of numbers and alphanumeric symbols, and I was like, okay, I guess this is my name online. I didn't question it because I was a kid, but the more I grew up and the more I used it, I was like, this is a really ugly username. I don't want this anymore. Hey, you know the scene from the story where Andy throws Woody into the trash bin? Yeah, that was me with my username. I don't want to use you anymore. Yeah, that was me. So I was like, I like A and Z, so I'll put AZ. What sounds nice in between? I like to trick people because it's fun. At the time when I was a kid, I like pull like pranks, and I like to like trick people and you know. And yeah, I would like to like trick people and play like games and like mini games when you play I'll say like Uno or something like that. I would like to pull tricks on people like, hey, I know what card you have. Oh no you don't. Like I saw like, hey, I like tricks, so I put tricks, and then I was like, this looks weird. I'll put an S in between A and T. There we go. I didn't think much of it.
Oh, so why do you still use that name today?
Convenience. I don't want to use my brain cells to generate another name.
Fair. And the avatar you're in, what makes you want to use and choose that avatar as something you're known by?
I love Komodo's avatars. I am a big fan of all of Komodo's avatars. Ross, Karen, Mint, Mushroom Mint, Milk, Chiffon, Lime, and the ones that they have discontinued, like the orange one. I forgot what it's called, but it looks like a Karen, but it has like yellow hair instead of the Karen hair. And Ramune that is also discontinued. I love all the avatars, so I bought all of them. I bought all of them. So yeah. The one that I like the most so far is Karen because I don't know, I thought it was cute. It was tiny, it was small, had a big head, and it's kind of like me. I'm airheaded, so the big head. Yeah. And I just took away the ears, gave it some white hair because white goes well with anything. I mean, black hair looks good with anything too, but then you wouldn't see the rainbows in the hair if it was black, so I made it white. And then at first my eyes were white, and I was like, yeah, let's throw in some extra headache. Let's just give more people more headache. The more they look at me, the worse it gets. Just put it in my eyes, put it in everything.
Oh, well, it's a very wonderful avatar. Where can the audience... so thank you very much, AstrixZ, for coming on. It's been an absolute pleasure getting to know you, learn about you, from where you started to where you are now. It's much appreciated, so thank you for your time.
Yes, so.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, where can the audience...
Celebratory woo!
Ooh.
I'll do that again. It's funny. Celebratory woo! Am I the only one that's doing celebratory woo? Oh, okay.
Sorry, I didn't know what was going on.
Oh my god.
It's okay. Neither do I. I don't know what's going on either.
Where can the audience find you if they wish to find you? Where do they go?
All my socials, the same username, AstrixZ or AstrixZ, however you pronounce it. AstrixZ. Lag, hate, stop. Lag does not want me to promote myself. If you want to find me anywhere on the internet, it is AstrixZVR everywhere.
Oh, that's a very convenient way to find you. And that'll be in the description of the thingamabobble right down that way if you wish to check it out. Oh, you've been a little too high this whole time. Whoops. Whoopsie. Well, with that said, right down that way, there's a bunch of fun links and things for you to find down that way, such as all of AstrixZ links, Instagram, TikToks, YouTubes. If you can go find that there, as well as some other fun leaks by a certain orange and gray furball that you may know on the internet. With that said, I'll ask you the answer question before we close this out. What has been one of your favorite video games you've played, and what are some memories tied to it? let us know. And then write down in the comment section. We'd love to hear all about it. And Raptor, you know the thing.
And the only thing I can actually say this early in the morning, knowing I've had coffee and been up since 5:30, I want some of what she bottles. And I want it so bad right now. It's unreal. Where she gets her energy from, I do not know. But sooner or later, I'm going to ask that question after the show. We'll talk to you later. Bye, folks.